Pavard as a central defender. It's funny because Pavard is a central defender, but he comes forward a lot. Is that true, Afolabi? Yeah.
He likes to overlap. He can play as a central defender or a right full back. So he's a very
Yeah,
versatile
he's
player
very
and he's a
flexible.
good
Yeah.
squad player.
But and also they've got Saliba, Kamavinga, Konate. They have a brilliant defense. But the only problem is they have to be disciplined because a lot of their guys like to drift and do other things and are susceptible to counterattack. What do you think of Falabi? Yeah.
France have by a country mile, they have the best defense. I mean, look at Saliba and what he did
Yeah.
for
The only
Arsenal
thing is
this
that they
season.
just need to
Without
their
Saliba,
defense is
Arsenal would
so
have been in trouble. He's an excellent player.
yes.
Imagine him. And
And
he's not
all
even
of these
starting
players.
for France. He doesn't even start for France. You can just imagine. And then you look
No,
at
so
Konate
I
of
think France,
Liverpool.
Kaunde, man, my goodness, man. They've got a very good defense.
Best defense
Okay.
by a country mile.
Now I think they have an issue in midfield is okay, but do you think that who's the guy the older midfielder that was the best defensive midfield?
The only area where I think they have a little bit of weakness is goalkeeping.
Central forward.
Goalkeeping, basically, for me.
Or goalkeeper,
that's the only area where I feel they have a little bit of weakness. Because if you look at their midfield too, have Kamavinga in the midfield. Tchouaméni is there. There's Adrien Rabiot. They have very good players everywhere. It's only the goalkeeping area that I can say they're weak.
Yeah. And also France, I think their challenges are not their players, is their formation. Their formation is very attack oriented, but it's susceptible to counterattack. Would you say so? Yeah, yeah. But who's the other guy? I forgot his name now. The one who was the best central midfielder in the world some years ago, Kante. Kante is kind of old. Is he going to be on their team?
He's not on the team. He's not on the team.
Yeah, he's not on the team. So I think that was a wise decision by them to not put him on the team. So I think their midfield may be a little bit shallow. What do you think, Innocent? Yeah. They don't have a lot of depth in midfield.
Yeah, in terms of the midfield, I don't think they have a lot of depth, but I think they have players that can do the job. In terms of
Rabiot,
yeah, they have
Rabiot,
they have Fofana, they have Kamavinga, they have Tchouaméni, and Griezmann.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Hold on, very quickly. Kamavinga, we can mention him on defense or midfield too, but it's very interchangeable. Nothing is set in stone. Continue.
Yeah, I think the midfield might be shallow on paper, but I think these guys are the real deal because Kamavinga and Tchouaméni can play double for while Griezmann sits in their front, and they still have Fofana, they still have Rabiot. These guys are quality serial winners. I think France is an A-rated team before the English team.
I think they're A-rated, and I keep saying I think the only problem is that they play open football, so they're susceptible to counter attack. What do you think? Yeah.
I think on a personal level, I think you can only beat this France team when maybe things are not going their way on that because they are going to wipe their hands.
But can we agree though that Argentina outplayed them unbelievably in the World Cup?
Unbelievably,
but Argentina had the best team. They had the best team, so that's the only team that can beat France is Argentina. But Argentina is not in this tournament. They're not in this tournament. Yeah.
Personally, I think it might sound somehow, but the job rests on the shoulder of England.
Yeah, England. So England has a ridiculous coach. We're going to talk about that for 1 minute. You bring these guys on your team. So who did England kick off of the team again? Folabi, I can't remember. I know who it is, but I just don't remember the name. They got rid of all of their options in central defense.
Grealish.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Grealish.
Grealish. They took Grealish out.
Maguire.
Then he took out Maguire and the other guy, the young guy, Braithwaite.
Braithwaite, yes. Branchwaite.
Yeah, Braithwaite.
That doesn't make sense. You have to keep one of them. You can't take both Maguire and Braithwaite out. What do you think, Warif? Then we'll go back to Afolabi. Yeah.
I don't think Warif is here.
Okay, so the point I'm making is that he's cutting too many people. I think he reads the newspapers too much. What do you think, Innocent, about that? About the cuts that he's made? And also Grealish, I think Grealish is a big mistake.
England are full of controversies, like in terms of the media outreach. In other countries,
you know what it is? They listen to the newspaper too much. The coaches listen to the newspaper too much.
I've never seen throughout my years of watching football, I've never seen a coach like bring out his list and come out to the media and start explaining why he caused some people out.
Yeah, because that means he's not confident. He's listening to the media.
Yeah, he's not confident because
hold on very quickly. Alex Ferguson will never do that. Alex Ferguson will never do that.
It felt like he has some kind of explanations to do to the media, and as a coach, you don't need that. Especially when you look at Germany, you look at Spain. When they bring out their list, that's their list. They don't have any. They don't come to tell you like, look, this is why I cut out so person and so like this is.
No,
this
you
is
don't.
football.
You don't do that because it's like military. If you're a general, you don't explain yourself because if you do that, it makes it seem like you're weak. Yeah. I agree with you. What are your thoughts? Thank you, Innocent. This is a hot show. This show is hot.
Thank you very much.
Falabi, what's going on? What do you think about what we were saying?
I agree with you. Gareth Southgate seems to feel is a feeling of inadequacy. Because when you have to explain every decision you make to the media, then it shows that you are not totally in control and that the British FA has a lot of influence on him. Which will
also the media,
and the media as well. Yeah, and the media as well. So I quite agree with you guys. I mean, if you have selected your team, you owe nobody any apology. It's who you selected. You stick with your team and then you prove yourself.
So that you can be disagree with him choosing Maguire, but once you choose Maguire, you have to keep him.
Yeah. You have to.
And now the team is messed up because they lost. Who did they lose to yesterday?
Iceland. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah. So
Iceland is 77 on
no rubbish. So let's finish with France's forward line. Unbelievable forward line. But they're calling everybody central forward. They're calling Griezmann central forward. They're calling Mbappe central forward. They're calling Thuram central. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen. Kind of like Real Madrid, interchangeable pieces. But I believe that they need to keep Griezmann on the pitch no matter what. I think Griezmann is like Foden. He should be a drifter and a support the striker. I think Griezmann should be there. And I think Mbappe has to play on the left kind of for France. He needs to play on the left for France. And let Griezmann be a drifter. What do you think, Warif? Yeah.
Like you said, Mbappe playing from the left-hand side from the wing. And he shouldn't try to be the what they call center of attraction. He should try and play as a team. That's one thing I've noticed about Mbappe. What he always wants to capture the whole show of the game. So if they can do that, Griezmann needs to study Mbappe because Mbappe has the pace. As he moves in, Griezmann should be able to position himself because somebody like Mbappe, once he crosses the ball, if you are rightly positioned, it's just for you to tap the ball with his experience. So with that, and also the same thing from the right.
Yeah, and so also I think France has a problem because Giroud is the purest center forward in the world. He's not the most skilled, but he's very pure. He knows how to position himself. But Thuram is kind of like Lukaku. He's powerful. So they have two pure center forwards. I would like to see if they could keep both of those guys on the pitch at the same time, but they have to interchange them. What do you think, Warif?
You mean Giroud and
Thuram?
What's it called?
Thuram.
Okay, Thuram. Yeah, those guys
they're both pure. They're both pure number 9s. But I think Giroud is better in positioning himself. But I think Thuram is better in hustling and pushing people off. What do you think? Yeah.
If you watch Giroud goals that he scores, it's good that you might just see that he might not be able to score the goal, but impossible goals and he scores them. But the one you think he might score, he won't score those ones. That's the kind of player Giroud is. So
and that's the problem. So quickly, Warif, who do you think they should start as center forward? And they also have the problem. That's why I said they need to move Mbappe to the left, because if you don't move him to the left, then you can't keep Thuram or Giroud on. So who do you think out of Thuram and Giroud should be their starting striker?
I prefer Giroud because Giroud, with his height, when it comes to set pieces, at least he has an advantage. And
there's some teams that Thuram plays well against, like when they brought Thuram against Argentina, France. So I think it's tactical. It depends on which team they're playing as to who they use as their central forward. But I think Giroud should be their starter. What do you think, Afolabi? Yeah.
I agree with you. Giroud should start. He has loads of experience. But you guys have not mentioned Randall Kolo Muani, who is like a hybrid between Giroud and Thuram. Also very physical and is a good goal scorer.
Yeah, so they have the problem of choice. So they have 3 choices, but you can't keep one. So I think they need to rotate them throughout the tournament. Yeah. But I think that if it's the second half, you should bring Thuram in as the central forward in the second, especially, and it worked against Argentina because once Thuram came in, he was able to hustle and open up space for Mbappe when Argentina was, to use American words, they were whipping France's ass.
Yeah,
But when they
yeah.
brought Thuram, they were so maybe Thuram should be one of those guys that you bring in after 60 minutes. What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. And the most important player for me, that midfield that should be closest to the attack is Griezmann. Griezmann has the key
Griezmann,
to
yeah.
unlock.
And also, let's
He
not
has the
forget
key to
Rabiot.
unlock
Rabiot is
Mbappe.
good too. But
Yes,
Rabiot will sit back. Rabiot will
yes.
sit back. Yeah.
Griezmann, he has the key to unlock Mbappe. Know
Yeah.
his guys'
Griezmann is,
passes,
to me,
know
he's
the
one of the most
passes.
creative players in the world.
He
Yeah.
is. So if Mbappe is to score, Griezmann will hold a key to him scoring.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel it's
And
going.
I'll say this, up until the semifinals, to me, Griezmann was the best player in the World Cup up until the semifinals when he kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
you. And he also has some
Yeah.
defensive qualities in spite of being an
Yeah. No,
attacking
no.
midfielder.
Griezmann is what I would call a total footballer. Total football. Yeah. So guys, this has been a great show, but we have to end soon because we have other things. We're gonna end with Innocent. Any last thoughts about the French team? Yeah. Yeah.
I would just say France they are suffering from success.
Yeah, and also too many options. Yeah, yeah.
Too many options. That's what I'm going to say. They are
And I
suffering from
agree.
success. Like everybody, if everybody deserves to play, that's
Yeah.
just it.
So even though I have my French thing, I'm going to say right now, I'm a French fan, but I think they're the best team, and I think they will make it to the finals, and I think they will win. The only reason I think the only team I think that can maybe beat them is Germany. I think England doesn't have the right coach, so I'm going to say France.
What about Portugal?
Portugal, yes, Portugal is another story. You're right. Warif, so I'm going to amend my voice. The top three teams in this tournament, in no particular order, are Germany, France, and Portugal. I'm not going to say who's going to win. Who do you say, Warif? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with you. But what's it called? The right player, but I don't know if I'll say their mindset or maybe the fault
Who,
from
France?
the coach or England or
England.
maybe the fluke from the Premier League.
I think England is finished, and I think Kunle Williams was right. England can win. They've got Bellingham. To me, Bellingham is so flexible, but I think they don't have leadership at all. And I think Southgate is messing this team up. Continue, Warif, and then we'll go to Afolabi. Yeah.
Yeah, for any of these countries might win the trophy between France, Germany, Portugal, and Spain. These four.
Okay, yeah.
I agree with
Yeah, and
these
I
four.
think you're right because I think England is finished, man. But go continue. Yeah. Are you okay,
True.
Warif? Yeah, okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
true.
move on. Yeah. So Innocent, what are your thoughts about how far France can go and what do you think will be the top three teams in this tournament?
When you look at France, like I said, they are suffering from success, and is almost like currently is like almost impossible for them not to make the finals. Like they feel entitled to the final already. They feel already entitled to the final. My top three teams will be France, Germany, and Spain. I'm just putting
Spain,
Spain here because I'm being biased.
Yeah, but I think also Spain has very good defense. But the only problem is I don't know if they have penalty takers because they may need to go to penalties in some of their games.
I think they have good, when you look at their goalkeeping options, they have good goalkeeping options also. And
for penalty, yeah, so that's good.
To the defense.
Okay. Thank you guys. And I want to say, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. This is complete football. And we're growing together. We're a team. And we don't compete against each other for ideas. We agree and we change our minds. Thank you very much. Afolabi, your last thoughts and take us out. Yeah.
Well, my top team for the tournament is France, and the reason is simple. Apart from having a couple of the most talented players, they also have a coach that has won the World Cup before. That counts for a lot. Most of the teams, most of the teams
that has gone back to back to.
Most of the other teams don't have that kind of pedigree. So because of that, I'm going to rate France above the other teams. Then Germany, and then maybe Portugal. In no particular order.
And I think that's right. Yeah. So I'm going to agree with Afolabi. I'm going to say France first. Germany will be in the finals, maybe against France. I don't know how the brackets work, but and I think Portugal is there. I think England could be there, but England, their press, not even Southgate, their press is destroying their team
Yes,
because
and
their
they don't
press
have a
likes to
coach.
insult. They don't have a coach yet. But also the problem is that the English press likes to do sensationalism and talk bad to
Right.
sell newspapers, but it's destroying their team. Because there's no way, let me finish. There's no way Southgate should make an excuse for not putting Rashford. Rashford should never be on the English team. So Southgate doesn't even need to apologize for that. Even though I like Rashford, he's not ready to play for England's team. And for Southgate to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put Rashford," it means he's not confident. What do you think, Arif? And then we'll end. Yeah.
The coach has no apology to any player because he's the number one, the person in charge. So you're picking this person, you're not picking this person. So apologizing is like you're feeling for him. And when you do that,
No.
you made a mistake.
No, it's a sign of weakness. And when you show a little bit of weakness, the Sharks and the Dogs will surround you. But I also think that Germany has one big advantage. They have a league, they play together, and they're playing at home. So that's why I'm predicting Germany versus France. But we don't know what the brackets will be. So, and UEFA and FIFA, they like to do a draw. They'll put Germany, they'll make sure Germany and France play each other.
The
So
host.
England has it either. It
It's
didn't work in the world.
business.
It didn't work in the World Cup where Croatia beat England. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Very great show. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a break, but we're going to be back midweek. And also we want to wish Warif and Afolabi happy birthday on Euro starting date. I think it's the 14th, right?
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Warif.
I think
Happy
Warif
birthday.
is going to be 21 years old and Afolabi is going to be 38. All right. Also, thank you, Innocent.
I'm chasing you guys' age. I'm behind you guys. Watch your back.
By 20 years. By 20 years. 20 years. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. Like and subscribe to Complete Football. We love you. We love Nigeria. We love Spain. We love Germany. We love the world. But most likely, we love Nigeria. We're coming out, and we're proud of the work that we're doing to represent our country, Nigeria. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good day.
All right, thank you.